Bumpy waters as they head around the corner at the north end of the course near the Boca Inlet here in Deerfield Beach. Brian Bunch and Jim Lejana doing a great job in the cockpit of Conrad Fountain of Youth. You can see the older style 10-meter fountain, no steps in the bottom, but still runs very strong. P433 Conrad Fountain of Youth all the way down from Michigan, battling the waters off Deerfield Beach. There's the Deerfield Beach Pier in the background. The city of Deerfield does a great job promoting this race and getting behind every aspect of the race. Currently first in Super V class, V71 Rio Roses Lake Cumberland. This boat is owned by Rich Tropoli out of Toms River, New Jersey. The driver today is Mike Seabold. The throttle man's Ben Robertson. It's a 42-foot fountain with Mercury Supercat engines and Mercury number 6 drives. Maintained by the Fountain Factory Racing Team, always a strong runner, Rio Roses. Battling here today for the national championship with Firewater Racing. Currently leading the race. Firewater hasn't been seen yet. So Rio Roses currently on their way to the national championship in the Super Boat V-bottom class. Rocking along pretty good in the bumpy waters here off Deerfield. You can see a little bit of water ballast coming out of the ballast tank dumps right by the number in the front of the boat, but running very strong, Rio Roses. Moving on to the battle in the Super V Light Limited class for SBI and APBA combined here in Deerfield Beach. This is Miccosukee Indian Gaming with Brett Birchman, your driver, and Gary Ballou, first time in the boat, throttle man. And the outside is Adrenaline Racing, number 18, a 39-foot Donzi with Ken Bowen and Scott Conrad aboard. Both boats powered by Mercury 525 engines, both boats with Bravo drives. A Donzi versus a Fountain. The Donzi bouncing around quite a little bit. Scott Conrad on the throttles. On the inside, Miccosukee Indian Gaming in their home area waters, doing a great job. Gary Blue, never been in the boat before, jumped out of his stock class boat to jump in the Super V boat and doing a great job, currently leading the field of Super Vs in Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Scott Conrad on the outside with Ken Bowen and Adrenaline doing everything they can to keep up with the number 18 boat, but the number 30 Miccosukee Indian Gaming running strong out front in Super V class here at the National Championships. Adrenaline pulling out a slight lead now on Mikasuki. Great battle here, going south along the beach here in Deerfield. Taking quite the hit there, Adrenaline. On board Mikasuki with Brett Pershman and Gary Ballou now heading north on the race course at this point. If you look close, you can see right in the center there, their rear view cameras right in the middle of the screen there. That's their cameras on each side of the boat. Great battle in the Super V class, Mikasuki and Adrenaline Racing. All these boats looking forward to the big showdown coming up next month in Key West. All OSS, Superboat International, and APBA combined for one World Championship. It's going to be a great race, and Freeze Frame Video will be there for all three races, all 3 days, to bring you all the coverage. DF Young, currently second place in the Super V Unlimited category. V1, last year's national champion, used to be the Firewater team. Now it's DF Young, Rich Wyatt, and Herb Stotler aboard. Rich Wyatt on the throttles. Herb Stotler driving is the engine builder for this beautiful 40-foot fountain with number 6 Mercury drives. Currently second place in Superboat V-bottom class. Beautiful 40-foot fountain, race prepared by Stotler Marine, who's the driver, Herb Stotler. Sponsorship from Mac Tools aboard. DF Young Logistics is the main sponsor aboard. V1. Lots of boats running here in beautiful Deerfield Beach. There you see Simmons Racing on the outside getting passed by DF Young, the V1, second place in Superboat V-bottom class. There's another P1 class boat, that's Outlaw there on the outside. Lots of different classes running here today at the National Championships for APBA and SBI in beautiful Deerfield Beach, Florida. Rich Wyatt and Herb Stotler doing a great job aboard V1 DF Young. Coming down now on Pier 57, number 11, V Limited class, Super V class. Bill McComb on the throttles is the owner. Bill Glick is the driver today. Lisa Matthews, normally a driver, she's not in the boat, but Billy Glick's doing a great job behind the wheel now. It's a 39-foot Skater Fountain V-bottom. Running very strong here today off of Deerfield Beach. One of their best showings of the year, getting ready to go by the muscle here. One of their hometown rivals, Bill McComb, is a doctor in Sarasota, as is the driver of the muscle, Bruce Kruglich. Arch rivals here, Love Muscle Racing and Pier 57, battling head-to-head at the National Championships off of Deerfield Beach, Florida. Dave Branch and Bruce Kruglich aboard the muscle in another Skater Fountain V-bottom. Both with similar setups. The Muscle Racing has the Mercury Racing with the number 6 drive. Pier 57 has the Vortec engine with the number 5 drive. Both running very strong here about mid-race at Deerfield Beach. Head-to-head combat in the V Limited Super V class between SBI and APBA. Muscle seems to have pulled out a little bit of a lead now. Pier 57 maybe had a little miscue there as they head south towards the south turn at Deerfield. Pier 57 back on the attack now, trying to chase him down, going around the south corner here. Pier 57 Fountain, number 11 in the Super V class. Love Muscle Racing, number 50 VL. Just ahead of Pier 57, Love Muscle Racing with Bruce Kruglich at the wheel and Diamond Dave Branch on the throttles. Doing a great job at the National Championship here for SBI and APBA combined. Mercury 525 engines with number 6 drives, doing a great job, moving right along here. Currently in second place in SBI V Limited class. Uh-oh, looks like we got a problem. You can see Mikasuki Indian Gaming leading the SBI V Limited class and APBA V Limited class has lost their engine hatch. Still running out front strong, but maybe have a problem depending on what the water does here. You can see the Mercury 525 racing engines exposed with the Bravo drives there. Everything looks tight as opposed to some of the other video you see we have like that with no hatch. Gary Ballou and Brett Fershman aboard in the lead, number 30. Mikasuki Indian Gaming, trying to make their sponsor proud near home. Currently running second place back down onto V1. This is DF Young, Rich Wyatt, and Herb Stotler running in the Superboat V-bottom class. V1, second place, trying to chase down Rio Roses for the National Championship. Oh, wow. You can see a big crack coming along there, right in the middle of midship there, right? Probably the CG of the boat. The weight on opposite ends of the boat tend to do that in the rough water like this and really pound the boat. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse and these guys are able to finish the race without any major problems. FountainRacing.com, Lake Cumberland, Mercury. David Knight's the owner, Roger Osley's the driver, and David Knight's the throttleman. It's a 38-foot fountain with twin Mercury 525 engines with Mercury Bravo drives. One of the boats in contention for the SBI National Championships, battling with Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Run hard all year, doing very well today here off of Deerfield Beach. FountainRacing.com, Mercury Lake Cumberland, VL15. David Knight and Roger Osley out of North Carolina doing a great job, looking to win the national championship here today. If they finish where they are, they probably will take the national championship over Miccosukee Indian Gaming in Superboat International. And there's all your racing action from Deerfield Beach, where we had great action at the APBA Superboat International National Championship Race for 2004. Looking forward to Key West next month, where all three organizations, APBA, SBI, and OSS, are getting together to host the true World Championships. All boats will race in one class per their normal class. There won't be separate winners for each division. It's going to be a great battle. There you can see Oceans 234, one of the race boat sponsors, the beautiful Deerfield Beach Pier with lots of spectators all around. Superboat International did a great job on orchestrating this whole event. Freeze Frame Video was happy to be part of everybody's national season. Really looks forward to our trip down to Key West next month. We'll be covering all three races, all 3 days for all the action. Really like to thank our helicopter pilot, Russell Kilpatrick, for always doing a fantastic job for us. Here's results in the Super Cat class. Pro Marine was your winner. Team Virgin was second, and in third place was Hidden Agenda. In Super Cat Light class, Team CRC was the winner. Dirty Duck took a second, and CMS Mechanical was third. In the Super V class, Miccosukee Indian Gaming was the winner. Pier 57 took a second. Lightning Strikes was third. Factory 2 class saw JBS Racing winning the race as well as the national championship. Simmons Racing took a second. Talkin' Tools, Fast Eddie, AC Delco was third. Super V class at the National Championships, Rio Roses coming away with the win and the National Championship, taking the V1 away from your second place finisher, DF Young. In the PX Superboat class, Bacardi Silver was your winner, Paradise was second, and Callum Marine was third. In P2 class, TKO Obsession was your winner and national champions. P3 class saw Fortress and Hometown Mortgage coming in first and second. P4 had Herbot and Fountain of Youth. All in all, it was a great weekend of racing here at the SBI APBA National Championship Race. We look forward to coming to Key West next month to see everybody down there and putting on a great show at the overall World Championship race. Special thanks to Jimmy Fisher for all his help this weekend, and we'll see you all in Key West next month. It's R&S Racing with Howard Richardson and Greg Hukari aboard, with Team Taboo with Craig Wilson and Bill Mazzoni aboard just on the outside. Great racing in the P4 class here. R&S there took a third place in the first day's racing, while Team Taboo took second on the first day's racing. Heading into the corner here, Team Taboo a little bit all over the place going into the corner. Let's go to onboard camera footage and see what's going on there. Bill Mazzoni, your driver, on the left. Craig Wilson on the throttles on the right. These guys, as well as the Opium Racing, are also looking forward to moving into a canopied Super V next year. Always a strong runner. This is a 42-foot fountain with twin Yanmar diesel engines with harness and surface drives. Heading into the corner here, you can see the boat getting a little squirrely going into the corner. Little bump there, heading around turn one, as always in Key West, always a little bumpy. Whoa, oh, getting out of control. There they go, both guys out of the boat and into the water. Hopefully everybody's okay. You can see both heads there bobbing, both guys swimming. The other boats in the class going by. We should see